I'm Nikki, the Communication Coach, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about how to empower change through honest communication and conversations that you might be having or not having, as the case may be. And we're going to be looking at your goals. So how are you getting on with your goals? We're approaching the end of January now. Life starts to get in the way. We start really motivated in the first week of January, thinking, right, now is a new year, a new me, time to change, all of those things. And then as we get back into our daily routines and our daily habits, it becomes harder for us to carry on towards what we actually want to achieve in our goals. So I've come up with a list of what I believe are distractions. Certainly in my life, they play out, and I see them play out in other people that I coach with, that I negotiate with, that I talk to. And so here are some tips to get back onto track if you are finding yourself going a little bit wayward. So I've headed it distractions. I don't know how well you can see it, but the header is distractions. And the first one I have is people. Because your friends love you, but they love you just the way they are. Just the way you are. And we don't generally like change. So if we suddenly see one of our friends changing and getting into a new habit that detracts from us and our time spent with them, then we can become a little frustrated. Now, I have definitely noticed in myself, I am a bit of a feeder. So I'm also really into fitness and health. So when we go out for dinner, if my partner says, oh no, actually I'm going to watch my weight, I'm like, no, don't worry about it, just have what you want. Whereas I should be helping them. Now, if I'm dealing with a client, and this is interesting, if I'm dealing with a client and there's no emotional attachment, it's a lot easier for me to set them a goal, set them a meal strategy than it is where you're emotionally involved with somebody. So be mindful of people. There's a great saying around crabs in a bucket. So when one of the crabs tries to escape, all the others pull it down because they don't want the change. And as human beings, we are like that. We don't mean to be, but we are like that. And we don't like change. We don't like to see somebody do something different because we like things just the way they are. So think about how you can have those honest conversations. And it might be that if you have friends that you go out on a Friday night with all the time, perhaps let's use nutrition and losing weight in this example, and your friends are saying to you, no, come on out on a Friday night, have a few beers, it won't matter, you deserve it, you've worked really hard during the week, and you know that you want to say no, that you don't want to not see them. Think of a way that you can compromise. So for example, if you go, it might be that you say, do you know what, yeah, I'll come, but I'm going to drive on this Friday, or could we do something other than go to the pub? You know, I feel a little bit frustrated when I'm trying to lose weight and you're encouraging me to go to the pub and have loads to drink, and actually I'm either having a dry January, or I'm trying to lose weight, or I've got a goal to move forward to. And when you explain it to people, most of the time they're fine. It's just because they're not thinking about what might be going on for you. So that's people. Time. Another thing that gets in the way is time, and oftentimes we're like, where do I find the time? How do I fit this in? I'm trying to eat healthily, but when I get to work, you know, I'm surrounded by snack food, and it's about preparation and utilising your time in a way that will help you prepare for the day. Now, in communication and conversations and negotiation, we often use our time before going into an incident or into a difficult conversation to prepare for it. So we think about what will happen. What do I want to achieve from this conversation? What does the other person, more importantly, want to achieve from this conversation that we're going to have? Am I listening to them properly? And how am I going to use my time? Am I going to diarise it? Because if it's in the diary, it's more likely to get done. So it might be on a Sunday night, you blank out 2 hours of your day to prep your food, if it's food and nutrition, for the rest of the week. And you just bulk cook. And then bulk cooking is a lot easier when you're tired and you come home and you're hungry and you reach for something. If you take food with you to work, A, it will save you loads of money, and B, you've got your snacks throughout the day if you have a little bag. Now, I am known as the Tupperware Queen wherever I go, but that's from my bodybuilding days, and I get that not everybody's like that. So how can you use your time better? I'm using my time today to do some videos, to help do some training, to do some podcasts. So very exciting for me. I've got a podcast out now, ladies and gentlemen, where I'll be sharing more about communication and self-talk and development and behaviour change. So think about what is sidetracking you in your time. The other thing that I would say we're not great at is self-awareness. So we often do things unconsciously. We certainly have our own conversations unconsciously. And when we're more aware of how we're using our time, like, do you come home of an evening and your relaxation is to sit in front of the telly and spend a couple of hours in front of the telly? Now, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm not going to say that there is. But is there something else you could be doing with those 2 hours? Or maybe is there something else you could be doing with those 2 hours on a Tuesday? So could you be fitting in your cooking? Could you be fitting in your diet? Could you be fitting in your planning? Could you be fitting in making some calls or writing some emails if you're starting a new business? How are you utilising your time? Effort. Now, it would be great if we could all wake up in the morning and go, this is amazing, I have the life of my dreams without putting any effort in. And I'm really sorry to tell you this, but unfortunately with everything that we do, if we want to achieve something, if we want to keep taking steps towards our goal, we do have to put the time and the effort in. That goes for if you're training, for a marathon, if you want to get stronger, if you want to eat better, if you want to start a new business, if you want to do training podcasts, you've got to put in the effort and think about what am I creating here and how can I do this. Now, it's not going to take loads of your time. And there's that great saying is that man thinks that they can achieve more in a year than they actually can, but they achieve less in their lifetime than they could have done because we keep taking steps, small little steps, day by day towards our goal. And these are some of the things that sidetrack us. So what excuses, and I'm not going to make an apology for the word excuse because I'm exactly the same as you, I will find excuses in all of these. I don't want to let people down. I want to see my friend. You can still do all of this, but you find a different way of doing it. I don't have the time. You do have the time. It's where you prioritise what you're doing and how much time you put into that. And if you are a parent, this is going to be a real difficult one because lots of your time goes into your kids, but you can still manage that time and what they're doing and when they're doing things. For example, my 11-year-old stepdaughter goes horse riding. Now, that is a half an hour to a 45-minute session, and I can choose what I do with that time. She's already catered for, and so I could go for a run, or I could write some emails, or I could write a chapter of the book that I'm writing. So think about how you use your time and how you can fit things in. Do you commute to work? Can you use your commute to do something more productive? The effort, we all want that quick pill, especially in weight loss. We all want that weight loss pill that we take and 24 hours later we have the body of our dreams without putting the required effort in. Ladies and gents, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately, but there are ways that you can put it into your life in simple steps and simple strategies. And then finally this one. So I did a survey recently and asked what the most difficult challenge people had in achieving their goals, and it's bad habits. So we're going to talk more about habits later on this week, and I shall be releasing a podcast around self-talk and how your habits get in the way, and I'll let you know how you can get hold of that as well as we do some more videos during the week. So what is sabotaging you? If you start to recognise what is sabotaging you, then you can then do something about it. But it is about that self-awareness, and it's being present, and it's being in the moment, which for a lot of us, and again I include myself in this, is the hardest part, is recognising what we're doing wrong, because we generally do the same stuff because it's comfortable and it's easy. Okay, have a great day, whatever you're doing. Please, if you've got any questions, fire them at me. If there's something you want me to cover off, then please let me know. And as the week goes on, we'll cover more about the steps that we can take to ensure that for our conversations with ourselves and conversations with other people and prioritising our own time and being more self-aware, that we can help develop towards changing those habits. Okay, look forward to talking to you tomorrow.